Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about the NBA adding the anti-load management to the CBA. The NBA is very close to adding anti-management rule in the CBA, in the new CBA. And I think this is great, man. This is great for the fans beyond anything. As a fan, you want to see your favorite player every night or as much as possible, especially when you're spending a lot of money for these tickets and you go to these games and you're expecting your favorite player, the superstar, to be on the court, lace them up, and they're sitting out or they're DMP. That's disheartening for any fan, man. That's sad. The NBA is stepping in and adding the anti-load management rule in the CBA, which would incentivize players to lace them up. This is going to incentivize players, stars, to get on the court and not miss games. And anything that's going to help the NBA to be better and force the players to get on the court or incentivize the players to get on the court, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. This is long overdue, but at least they're finally taking the necessary steps to getting this done and making the NBA and basketball better for all the fans that's supporting the game and spending their hard-earned money. So it's about damn time. The NBA and the National Basketball Players Association are in advanced discussion on a new collective bargaining agreement, and the two sides are getting closer to agreeing on a stipulation that a player must play a minimum number of regular season games to be eligible for major awards. Like I said, man, it's about time. This is long overdue. I mean, count how many times you have turned on your TV or you had anticipation for, or you was anticipating certain matchups. When it's game time, the game finally arrived and, oh, this superstar is not playing or this star is not playing. And that kills the entire enthusiasm and you're like, and you're disappointed. Like, what happened? They're just sitting out today. They're not hurt, not injured, nothing. They're just load managing, resting. Like a couple weeks back with the Jimmy Butler situation, where this little kid and his family flew all the way to the Heat game. Jimmy Butler is his favorite player, and Jimmy Butler wasn't playing. Not because he didn't want to. I think he was hurt or whatever the case may be. But that is what happens all the time. Fans come from all across the world, go to a game, and the superstars are not laced up. They're not playing. They're DMP. If I'm a fan, I'm pissed off. Like, I just spent a whole bunch of money, flew across the map, came to the game to support my team, and the player or players that I want to see is not playing tonight. Like, what's going on? So it's about time they did something about this, at least incentivize players to get on the court. I think this is a great idea. This is a great idea. A little incentive to get all these stars to start lacing them up more, at least play more games. Try to play as much games as possible. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If this means making the fans happy, I'm all for it. At the end of the day, it's all about the fans, right? It's about the consumers, which are the fans. So you got to do what's best. You got to do what's in the best interest of the fans. They're the one who's buying the product, who's consuming the product. So you got to make the fans happy. And if this is going to help the players to get their behinds on the court, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. We don't know yet which awards will be affected by the rule, but it's safe to assume it will count towards major accolades, like MVPs, all NBA to all-star eligibility. And that's great because now if you don't play, you disqualify yourself for the MVP award or being on the All-NBA or making the All-Star team. So now players got to get their butts on the court. I think this is brilliant. This is a brilliant idea. We don't know what it's going to affect just yet, but if it affects rewards that players cares about, they're going to get on the court. Trust me. Dudes care about MVPs. They care about all NBA. Who don't want to make the All-Star team? They care about these things. So if not playing or load managing affect these things or being eligible for these things, I guarantee you, all these players are going to get their butts on the court. Trust me on this. They're going to get their butts on the court. So if you got to do things and put things in the CBA to force players to play more, so be it. Because this load managing situation is a nightmare. It's an epidemic. It's a nightmare. It's been out of hand for a long time. It's long overdue, and I'm glad they're finally addressing this situation because it's an epidemic and everybody's doing it. So it's time to step in and put a stamp on it. Top League and Players Union officials held a competition committee meeting where they discussed an issue both sides are jointly motivated on. Star players playing in more games and staying healthy enough so that the NBA can display its best talent on a night-to-night basis. So both sides are in agreement, tying major awards the game played over the course of the season. So there you have it. The NBA is finally doing what they can to nip this load management situation in the butt and incentivize these players to lace them up as much as possible and put the best product out every night so the fans can enjoy the games. And you won't be like, where's my favorite player? Oh, he's not playing tonight? I done flew across the map. Where is he? We could avoid situations like these. So the only thing to figure out is how many games the players have to play in order for them to be eligible for certain awards. So they just got to figure out how many games the players have to play to be eligible for awards like scoring titles, MVPs, All NBA, and all these things. They just got to figure these things out. Once they get all these things figured out, we can hope to see a better product moving forward in the future. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I mean, it's obvious why the NBA is trying to change these rules now. Thanks to players like LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and others, the practice of load management is becoming an issue, and it's taking away from the experience for fans. Load management is killing the experience for fans. You're watching these games, and you have these marquee matchups, and one team, the superstar or superstars or star is missing, and it kills the entire experience. I'm glad Adam Silver and all the NBA officials are stepping in and trying to incentivize all these stars to get on the court and play some basketball. Only time will tell how the load management situation, how that works out. I'm sure as the year goes on, they'll be able to refine it, fine tune it, make some adjustment and make it the best they can make it. But at least they're taking the first step in solving all these load management issues and getting players to be on the court more and play more games. So I'm all for it, man. It's about damn time. As always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.